At the age of 16, Travis's future was shattered after he was accused and arrested for indecent behavior with a juvenile. And even though he claimed he was innocent, he spent 2 years and 9 months in prison for this crime. As a result, Travis has to register as a sex offender and is prohibited from seeing his child. Now, Travis and his new girlfriend, Shannon, are fighting to clear his name. Take a look.
I met Travis 3 years ago. Immediately, we hit it off. A couple of weeks in our dating, he just all of a sudden was like, I have to tell you something. I have to register as a sex offender. He pulled his pants leg up. He had on an ankle bracelet. He said he had a curfew and supervision thing going on. And I was like, oh my God, what happened? And that's when he started going into details about how he was 16 years old and he was falsely accused of saying something to a minor that he didn't say. I immediately looked him up. I went online and I looked him up, and I saw that he was accused of indecent behavior with a juvenile, and I was like, oh, okay, well, what was indecent about it? And he was like, well, that was told to him. She said, he asked her to. He was only 16 years old. He was a child, he was accused, and he spent 3 years of his life in prison for it. He wasn't accused of rape, he wasn't accused of molestation. I didn't think it was a big deal. I called the show because I want him to clear his name. He wants to have a child with me. Before I move forward and have a child with him, I need to make sure that he did not commit a sex offense. I need to make sure he's innocent.
A lot of young men say something stupid, but you ended up going to jail for this for a long time.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Why don't you tell me about what happened the night you were arrested?
All right. I was 16. I didn't do nothing. I was working. I came home to my daughter 4 months.
Now, you were 16 and you had a daughter.
Right. And she was with her mother. She had to go to work. So she went to work. I babysat my daughter for like 30 minutes. And I went in the living room. It was a little girl. She was fumbling in the couch. And I asked her what she was looking for. And she say, she was looking for a toy. And I say, what toy are you looking for? She say, the toy that the little girl, she was looking for it. So I say, well, can you go get the little girl that had the toy to help you look for it? So she left the house. And as I went to the sink fixing her body, the man of the house came in the door. And he said, Travis, the said that you had told the daughter. I was shocked. I was dumbfounded. I dropped the bottles. I went inside. I went outside. I went to I asked the daughter. I asked the
This little girl?
She was 8 years old.
She was 8 years old.
And I asked him like, what's going on? He was like, you told my daughter to. I was like, no, sir, I did not tell your daughter that. And the man in the house grabbed me and took me back to the house. He told me to, just calm down, relax, man. It's gonna be good. Just go back inside. So I went inside, teaching my child, babysit her. And as I babysitting her, 15 minutes later, the mother just pulled in the driveway right there where I was standing with my baby mama. She pulled in the driveway, come up the steps, knock on the door, and came over there. He seen the commotion. He came over there, started tussling with me, and on the highway, the cops started seeing the commotion that everybody was in. And he came over there, questioning us, our statements and stuff. He got her statement, got my statement. And they put me in handcuffs. I asked him why, why is I'm going to jail, So I goes to jail. As I'm in jail, I'm dumbfounded, I'm stuck, I'm sick, I'm confused, I'm hurt. So, I sit in jail for a week. I bonded out. As I bonded out, I'm going through the court process. I'm playing not guilty, I'm playing not guilty, not guilty, not guilty, not guilty. I'm talking about to pretrial come. They come up with a deal to me on the table. They say they're looking for me to for 3 years. They offered me 25 to life. That's what I was looking for. I was looking at 25 to life.
And what charges are you facing?
I was facing indecent behavior with a juvenile. So we go up to the podium. The judge asked me would I like to change my plea from not guilty to guilty. I told her, honor, no, your honor. So the public defender, he went up to the judge, talked with the judge for about 5-10 minutes. He came back down to me and told me, to change your plea to no contest. And I still like I was like I don't even know what no contest mean. So as I'm I played no contest, played out to it. I spent the remainder of my 2.5 years because I got violated for being around my daughter. I couldn't just be around my daughter. I refused not to be around my daughter because I didn't do this.
So they told you don't be around your daughter. You went by your daughter.
I refused to not be around her because I know I did not do this.
And then you got in trouble for that.
For being around my probation officer arrested me for being around my child.
Are you sure you didn't say something that the little girl could have misconstrued? Well, let's meet Shannon. You've been with her for 3 years?
Yes, sir.
Let's meet her. How you doing, Shannon? How did you find out that Travis is a registered sex offender?
He told me. He's a good guy. He is really good. I wouldn't be with him. I have a daughter myself, and I wouldn't want my child around somebody that I thought that was harm her and danger her,
No, he says he absolutely didn't do anything, didn't touch the girl, didn't say anything to her. Do you believe him?
Yes.
Okay. Well, Travis, you came here to take a lie detector test.